Well, good evening. Good evening. I am so happy to be here with you all. My name is Jamila McMallow, and I am um, a coach, consultant, speaker, and I empower women over 35 to live an abundant life. And I'm really excited because it's been a long time since I've gone live, and I'm actually going to start going live more frequently. It is going to be in the evenings, so I'm going to recommend that if you want to catch it live, that you're going to have to stay up late because I'm on Pacific time, so it's not late here. Or you can just make sure that you catch it the next day. So today is Monday. I'm going to be going live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And the reason is because I love being on stage live. And so this, of course, is my own personal stage. And tonight I'm going to be talking with you about stepping into your power and abundance as a woman. And I'm going to be sharing that with you. I've got my notes here. I'm going to be sharing a personal story with you, some personal changes that I've been going through, in my own expansion and in my business and my relationship with my business. If you are actually up on the East Coast and it's later, if you're on Pacific time and you're here, tell me hey in the comments. If you're watching the replay, make sure you drop a hashtag replay so I know you were here. But when it comes to this idea of stepping into your power and your abundance, uh, so my own personal story with that really goes back to childhood. And when I was in school, specifically middle school, I experienced a lot of bullying. And let me tell you why that was a problem. My original dream when I was a little girl, as far back as I remember, even after the bullying, that never changed. It never changed innately who I was. I wanted to be the triple threat, the singer, actress, dancer, even the model. But, I later learned that, you have to be 5'8" and I'm only 5'3". Height was never on my side. So that wasn't going to happen. But when I was in middle school, the bullying was so intense that it caused me to not want to try out for anything for fear that I would be teased, or laughed at or made fun of. And so I didn't go after anything. I didn't try out for drama. I didn't try out for dance. I didn't do any of those things. When I got in high school in 11th grade, I finally tried out for the pom pom squad, and that was a lot of fun. And I did that. And then I was in dance workshop and things like that. But I want you to understand that um, when when you're a little girl as a child and you have an experience where you are made to feel like your bigness, the bigness of who you are, is not accepted, then you will shrink. You will hold back. And for me, that came in the form of like trying to hold back that desire of performing, entertaining, being on stage in whatever capacity. Now it was always going to come out. Do you know what I mean? Like you cannot stop who you are. You're going to be who you are. But that plus all of the shoving in a box. See, some people, had their own experience with school, whatever. For me, I never liked traditional school. I never liked school, not even from preschool, not even from the first day. I used to cry every day that my mom used to drop me off. And why? Because I didn't want to be there. I always felt like I had better things to do. I hated being trapped in a classroom all day. I hated not having control over what I was going to be doing. Everything was forced, the learning, the homework, all of it. And here's the thing, I got good grades. I played the game, did the National Honor Society, all the things, checked all the boxes, graduated, went to college, got a degree, all those beautiful things. And what happened is the conditioning that we all get, which is that we are conditioned to believe that we have to play by a certain set of rules, that we have to be better, faster, stronger, this is we have to constantly prove ourselves to get anything because we already have strikes against us, right? And that the program is you go to school, you graduate, you go to college, you get a good job, get a degree, and you get a good job. And that's the programming. Oh, and then you get married and you have kids. But when you decide you're going to be an entrepreneur, that's when it's like, whoa, what in the world? When you have your meeting with yourself where you're like, hold up, what is all this stuff going on inside of my head? And so it has been just unraveling a ball of yarn ever since, as far as my own personal development. But I wanted to share that with you because I want you to understand a little bit more about who I am and why I am the way that I am. Because I have never fit in the box. I learned how to play the game, but I never fit in the box. But being shoved in the box, that conditioning, some of it stayed with me, some of it stuck with me. Some of it did not go. The teasing, the bullying, the programming. See, when you're programmed to believe something to be true, then you just accept that it is. Your parents are saying it, the teachers are saying it, this is the way it is. And like I said, then you grow up and you get your own mind. And really, truly, when you leave, because really school conditions you for corporate. So it's on the same programming. But when you step into entrepreneurship, there is no programming. It's kind of like, it's a free for all. So you got to figure it out for yourself. And so even when I stepped into entrepreneurship, and I've been an entrepreneur since 2006, that's when I started my first business. I've been building online businesses for the last 18 years, but this one that I'm doing right now, coaching, consulting, speaking, this one is the one that really allows me to utilize my gifts to the fullest extent. However, I've still been playing small, or I was anyway. I was still playing small. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I know who I am. But when you are not received well, remember, it's like you're afraid to be all that you are. Now, people, they catch you in person or one on one, whatever, they're going to get the full experience. But you still feel that thing like, I don't know, am I being too much or whatever? Okay. Because I know you probably maybe heard that too. And so you start thinking, okay, well, there must be a way that you do entrepreneurship. Just like, hey, school, they tell you you're only allowed to learn these 3 subjects, and everything is forced. It's a box. So then you come in entrepreneurship, you think, oh, because one of the businesses I was in was network marketing. I think everybody has done their MLM experience. And that, of course, is a box. This is what you can sell. This is the comp plan, blah, blah, blah. So you're like, oh, okay, that's what we're going to do. But now this is me totally on my own in this space. So the first coaching program I was in, it was helpful because it did help me to get those foundational pieces for my business. But the part that I wasn't making the mental shift was that I didn't need someone to tell me how to do my business. I needed the foundation, the pieces, to understand, okay, this is the software you should use to book appointments and this and this and this, and maybe give me some things to try and to test. And that's kind of how I view these different experiences that I have had. But the problem was when I came into it, I kept looking for someone to teach me how to do my business. And I kept believing that I needed to find some title that encompassed what I did. Because, hey, because you learn all the sales and marketing. Oh, a confused mind doesn't buy. So you've got to, tell them one thing. In fact, the first coaching program I was in, I was telling the lady things I was good at. And she was like, oh, okay, so this is what it is. We're going to do this title for what you do. And it was originally helping women who were coming out of divorce to find true love, and had the whole name and blah, blah, blah. And it was very formulaic. And the program had way too many people in it. It's one of the reasons why I'm not a fan of large group programs, because my first experience was like, never again. Like I said, I learned a lot, what I needed to know, but my point is that it was just another box that I was getting shoved into. So I started off, I was a transformation coach. Then I was a life and relationship strategist. Then I became a mindset coach. Then I called myself a mindset and relationship expert. And then I called myself a love and relationship coach. And I stuck with love and relationship coach probably the longest, for over a year. I went all in on that, just talking about relationships all the time, because That is the number one reason why women always come to me, because single women always want to, know, well, how can I, the ones that come to me, I'm not saying this is a situation with all single women, but the women that come to me, they want to be married and they want to understand, what is the disconnect? Why haven't I been able to find the type of man that I want? Great, because here's the thing, the inner work is the same. And that's what my gift really is being able to see to the bottom of it and helping people unwrap the limiting beliefs that are keeping them from getting to where it is that they want to be, from having what it is that they desire, from becoming the version of themselves that gets to have what it is that they desire. Whether that's more money, whether that's a different career, whether that's a husband, or if they have a husband, really having the type of relationship that thrills them both. Because I started working with married women right off the bat. I'm like, okay, well, I'm talking about divorced women, but I'm getting married women, I'm getting single women. It almost seemed like it didn't matter what I was talking about. But I kept attracting the same type of woman, very driven, go getter. Never got results from counseling or therapy, so wasn't really a big fan of it. Was looking for something that was going to allow her to take control of her transformation and get to the other side. So that was the kind of woman that I always worked with. However, this need to, define myself, uh, just recently became like, I'm done with that. I've had my time with that, and I needed to do that. I needed to stick with something long enough to figure out that that is not what I want to be focusing on or leading with, and so that's what I was able to do. And it's not a pivot, it's not a shift, it's none of those things. It's an expansion, because I could no longer deny that my clients were getting these phenomenal results, that they were changing their lives in all these amazing ways. Losing weight, quitting drinking, making all this money. All of my clients, just like all of a sudden, when they start unraveling these beliefs, start making all this money, doing big things, feeling confident in their own skin, finding their voice again, attracting men who want to be in a committed relationship. Gasp. Having the marriage that they had always dreamed of, totally reigniting it and turning it around. All of these things were happening. And so, what my clients were really doing was they were stepping into their personal power. They were stepping into their abundance. They were taking leadership of their lives and not sitting on the sideline playing victim or making up excuses, because I don't work with those kind of women. So I don't work with clients or women who have a victim mentality, which is great. Because even if they tried to, we wouldn't be working together for long, because it's not. I don't do that, and I'm not going to put up with that. So I share all of that with you to say that the transition for me from calling myself a love and relationship coach into an abundance activator, it feels so good. It is like stepping into alignment. And I'm going to do another live on that this week, because, like I said, I'm going live today. I'm going live Wednesday. I'm going live Friday. And I don't want to sit here and tell you all the story. I got to save some, spread it out. Plus, you're not trying to sit here for 45 minutes. Let me see where I'm at. Okay, I'm good on time. But I want to share this with you because I want you to understand that even though I kept becoming more powerful in the sense of like, okay, now I feel a little more comfortable. I can share a little more, expand. But I was kind of going like this until finally it's like, rawr, no more, no more. And I'm telling you, I'm releasing everything. I'm releasing so much stuff as far as how I am going to be running my business going forward. I'm just, for example, I'm releasing this idea that you've got to hold on to clients to continue making money. I don't need to hold on to people who want to keep working with me because they're afraid to be on their own. No, none of my clients have ever had that attitude. All of my clients, we work together, they experience a powerful transformation, and they feel complete and they move on. What usually happens is if they go through another challenge or something in their life, they end up coming back and want to work with me to help them navigate through that challenge or move towards a new goal or a new desire. And I love that because I empower my clients. It's never been a codependent relationship whatsoever. But, again, the learnings and the things that we're taught in these different programs is, oh, well, you want to, work with people for a year or 3 years or have people locked into these monthly payments forever and all this and that. And a part of this expansion, a part of me stepping into my power, a part of me stepping into my abundance is understanding that I don't have anything to prove. The abundance is already available to me. I just have to decide how I'm going to access it, meaning, how am I going to formulate my business? How am I going to make it work for me? And I'm going to talk with you a little bit more about that on Wednesday. I'm going to dig into some more details with you around what I mean that I am able to access my abundance in the way that I desire. What are some of the shifts and changes that I'm making in my business? I'm going to be digging into the topic of a pivot. And I don't feel I'm not really making, I don't view it as a pivot, but I'll put that in the title for people who that's how they want to look at it or whatever. But really it's an expansion. It's an expansion of who I am being. It's an expansion of who I am and me understanding just more deeply that my work here with women is so far beyond the scope of simply their relationships with men. Now my clients would laugh and be like, we already knew that, when I told one of my clients that, I was shifting and going to be calling myself an abundance activator, she was like, I love that. I know that's right because girl, you got me so healed. She was like, I love that more. But she was like, because it encompasses everything. It's an abundance. She was like, that's what you're doing. And it's true. And that's how they feel. Because listen, when you start releasing the limiting beliefs that are holding you back, when you start to get to the root cause of why you don't have what it is that you desire, and you're able to see yourself literally shifting, literally transforming into a new version, and everything that once seemed so far away and out of reach is now right in front of you, and not just in front of you. You know it's yours. You believe it, and you're now taking it because it was always there. It was always yours, but you just couldn't take it because you didn't believe it belonged to you. You didn't think you were worthy. You thought you had to prove yourself and all this other nonsense. But my clients are able to leave that kind of thinking behind. They're able to leave those beliefs behind because of the work that we do together. So, no, I cannot just call myself one thing in one lane. I will always continue to talk about having healthy relationships with men, single women desiring to be married, or women who are already married to a good man, and how to enhance that and make it better, because I work with women and I myself am a married woman, and I myself navigated from a toxic relationship into a beautiful relationship that this year we're celebrating 10 years married. So I understand that. So that's always going to be a part of what I do. But the crux of it, the root, the reason why I'm able to help women do what they do and get the results that they get is because of how far I go in a strategic way, and what I do to help them blow their own minds, really, is what they do. And that is what I do. That's what I do. And that's what my clients do for themselves with my guidance. And so they're able to tap into their abundance. They're able to step into their power. And let me just tell you before I hop off this live what it looks like when you are not stepping into your power. What it looks like is you're already on a chosen path. You're already doing your career, but you've got a gift that somebody else, they can't do it. And you've got them blowing up your messenger, trying to get you to do it for them, but you're paralyzed in fear because you're like, hold up, I don't, this seems like a lot of money and success getting ready to come towards me. So why do I feel like I'm about to start ducking and covering that? Or maybe you've been saying, oh, I want a good man and I want to be married, and you got a good one chasing you, but you still having a situationship, textuationship with this derelict over here because he's a bad boy, and I feel all this chemistry. But the good man who's pursuing you and is the one who has everything that you desire, you're not really attracted to him and you don't know why. That you working your business and making all this money and doing well financially, but feeling like you have to just keep working harder and proving and trying and doing and it's like, ma'am, you're already successful. What are you talking about? You already did it. Like, it's behind you. So what are you doing? Like, it's not that it doesn't have to be all this all the time. That's what it looks like when you are not stepping into your power. That's what it looks like when you are not stepping into the abundance that is already available to you. That's what it looks like. Okay. So you can be successful and still not be abundance, because I am abundance. I am not abundant. I am abundance. I myself am abundance. You are too. You are abundance. You are made up of trillions of cells, synapses, processes, neurons, thoughts, ideas, everything. Your body ain't nothing about it lacking. What is lack? Oh, I only got one cell. Even an amoeba, which is one cell, has so many uh intricate things about it, so complex. It's not even simple. That's even abundant. So there is nothing on this planet that is not available in abundance. Okay. So I share that with you because when you're not stepping into your power, when you're not stepping into your abundance, you are denying yourself something that already belongs to you, something that already is yours. And sometimes your abundance comes banging on the door and you keep going, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. So we're going to stop doing that in 2024. Yes, Jamila is live. Okay. We're going to stop doing that in 2024. You're going to set your alarm clock, hit that notification bell if you're watching the replay on YouTube or LinkedIn, whatever you need to do, follow, subscribe, whatever platform, so you don't miss one of these lives, because I'm going to be coming live for you 3 times a week. Now, if you're like, okay, Jamila, I am appreciating these lives. Thank you. I want to understand more what you're talking about, activating my abundance. Then guess what? You can DM me. You can DM me. If you're watching this on YouTube, send me a DM on Instagram. If you're watching this on LinkedIn or Facebook, you can DM me on those platforms. And if you're watching this on Instagram, because I'm streaming it there too, you can DM me on Instagram. My point is it's going to start with you messaging me. And if you don't really know what you want to say, just DM me the word abundance and I'll take it from there. Okay. But don't come in my inbox if you aren't serious about getting results. Don't come in my inbox if you just hemming and hawing. Okay, I don't play that. I'm for women who are about getting results. I am. I'm serious about that. And when I start talking a little more on Wednesday and Friday about even how my offers have changed, you're gonna understand what I mean by that. Because that's the kind of person I am. I trust myself. I make wise decisions and I move forward. That's it. I don't have clients who I had to nurture to make a decision to work with me. They reach out, they make it happen, or they say something, I reach out and boom, and that's what happens. And then when we work together, there's no dragging of the feet. They get down to business because they are women who are already results oriented and driven, and they make it happen. So even with those traits and qualities of being driven and a go-getter and successful and all those things, you may still not be fully stepping into your power and into your abundance, but I promise you, if you allow me to guide you, I'm going to get you there. Okay. We're going to get there together. We're going to get there together. So thank you so much for being here with me as I get back on the horse of doing these live streams in the evening, because guess what? I'm a homeschooling mom of 2. They at this point are 6 and 3, and it's just going to be what it is. I'm going to wait until they're in bed and then I will come and join you all. All right. So thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time.